Hello, my lovely viewers. Welcome to another video of sports on Fauzan Harun channel, and we're back once again on another video. And this time around, it's indeed a sad video. Of course, as you all are aware, Chelsea has lost for the second time in 4 days, and quite ironically, is Chelsea in crisis? It's a question which can be answered in so many ways, and I feel like most of the players, the rotation system run by Lampard, is not been done well and it's not been executed well. And quite ironically, Frank Lampard is someone who has used these tactics and methodology, and it has worked effectively. Remember the game against Sevilla? There was a set of players that played our match in the league prior to the Sevilla game. I've forgotten the opponent. Prior to the Sevilla game, and he used a set of players for that game in the league, and he won. And then he went to Sevilla and changed 9 players out of 11, and he won. Meaning those 2 games in 5 days, he changed entirely new set of players for the next game, leaving Edward Mendy and Matthew Kovacic alone in to join the other new 9 players selected. And then we had a scoreline of 4-0. That shows you an excellent methodology with respect to rotation. But in the league right now, Lampard seems to be playing some of the players again when it is clearly a scene that those players are tired. Right, and a clear case is Timo Werner. Timo Werner possibly may need to 1 game off, maybe 90 minutes off to rest, and the next game he bounced back. He's a player, honestly, the reason why I like him for so many reasons. One being that he's a player who is almost always available for you, unlike Christian Pulisic, who is always injured. You see, and so those players, we should, despite the fact that they are always fit, like I'm talking the likes of the strong players like the Timo Werners and the Messis and the Ronaldo and the ACNs and the Drogbas, you need to manage them well. You see, you need to manage them well. And I find it baffling and quite surprising. Some people are criticizing Timo Werner for no show against Wolves. He's tired. He may tell you he will play, but you have to rest him for maybe 15 minutes, or sometimes give him 30 or 20 minutes to play in some of the matches. Whilst you try, we have fresh players on the field. And regarding the issue of missing of Hakim Ziyech, this problem can be solved in so many ways. One being that you can deploy Reece James forward and allow Azpilicueta to come and defend, whilst instructing Azpilicueta not to overlap so much, as Reece James will do the overlapping and the runs and the crosses for him. He possibly, when even Azpilicueta is in, the Reece James doesn't need to overlap. You need to play up front, attacking winger. You see. So Reece James cannot play attacking winger and come and defend as well for 2 matches in 4 days or 3 days. It will be too much for him. Though he's young, he's energetic, I understand. He has the energy to go for longer periods. And despite the fact that he's tired, he's not gotten a bad game so far. Always Reece James is getting a positive game for us. Always Reece James is getting a positive. And an element of fatigue was really exhibited during Wolves' second goal, Pedro Neto. The second goal that he took the ball and dribbled from midfield and dribbled everybody and had Edward Mendy at his mercy to shoot, which he won the match for them in injury time, almost 95th minute. You see, so that was an element of fatigue. So probably if there had been someone with defensive mind like Azpilicueta and not be around, he would have stopped him from moving, because you wouldn't see Kovacic move out of position. N'Golo Kante was nowhere to be seen, and then Zuma and Thiago Silva were unable to deal with Pedro Neto. That resulted in him getting the second goal. So many reasons accounted for our loss, which will go on and on, and the discussion will go on and we're preparing for our match against West Ham on Monday, and we can't lose to West Ham for the 3rd time, as someone said, and I do agree with him. Lampard lost to them last season, home and away. We can't afford to lose to them again. So it's a clear message we are sending to Frank Lampard now. And the issue of Kai Havertz is ineffective and played as if nothing was at stake. And I don't blame the player, I blame the manager. The manager Kai Havertz, there's for people who are attributing to so many reasons that because of the coronavirus, he's had bad games here and there. And even I told those people, even prior to him being infected with coronavirus, he was having bad games. Kai Havertz has not settled down. He's 21 years, and Mason Mount, there were people who were talking about age and so on and so. Mason Mount, someone who says English, he didn't change environment. He's 20 years, but look at how he's playing. In the game against Tottenham, look at how he was battling with Ndombele and Sissoko in midfield, alongside N'Golo Kante. You saw him, he was smallish, but battling with them. And talking about age too, it's not an excuse. Look at this player, this Billy Gilmore. He's young, and look at the way he plays with confidence. So I don't know the reason why Kai Havertz is not big. Lampard should bench him and give him few minutes. And he's so skinny and needs to go to the gym and eat more, because you can see that he's easily bullied off the ball. He's easily dispossessed of the ball. And as a Chelsea player, Lampard should work on him. The physical aspect instructor of Chelsea, I don't know who is in charge of our the physical network regime, as well as the gym and training regime of the players. Lampard should have someone in charge there. He should work on him. He's too weak on the ball. I saw some of his compilation of videos. He's easily dispossessed of the ball. The issue with him is that when he signed for Chelsea, we were excited. Fine, because we saw videos of him playing well in a positive manner. They failed and forget, of course, a marketer, a football agent, a marketer will not show you the negatives of the player. He has so many negatives which Chelsea has to work on. And at such a price tag of £80 million, the club, when a player costs that much, it means he's a proven commodity that is coming to function. And yet people are saying we should give him 2 to 3 years more before he functions out of 5-year contract. Come on. They should work on his gym. He's too skinny. He can easily be dispossessed and bullied off the ball. So Lampard should be giving him fewer minutes than what he's giving to him. Unfortunately, we lost to Wolves side, who are, I will say, totally rubbish this season. I saw them against Man City 3-1. They lost. Liverpool beat them 4-0. You see? And I don't remember their scoreline with Tottenham, or if they are yet to play. Probably they are yet to play. But this Wolves team is rubbish. And Lampard has lost to them. And we lost to them as a result of improper management of our players with respect to rotation. Excuse me. If this happens to be your first time, please do subscribe. Touch the red subscribe button. It's very important. And touch the notification bell. Do let me know in the comment box what you feel about my videos, especially this one. And then give me thumbs up if you enjoy the presentation. And share to as many of your friends as possible. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to join the channel. You see? So, and I don't know the reason why Lampard left Kai Havertz for 70 minutes on the field before effecting a substitution. And one thing about Lampard is that I've heard and I've monitored, instead of him to concentrate on the game and address the shortfalls of Chelsea and substitute earlier, he turns out to fight and argue with opposing managers. You are paid to work for Chelsea. Whether opposing manager shouts and make noise, that is none of your business. In the game against Wolves, my attention was drawn to the fact that he was arguing and telling the Wolves coach, Nuno Espirito, to, I think, keep quiet and shut up or something like that. Come on. He's becoming unbecoming of dealing. At a point in time to last season or so, or this season, he had an argument with a banter with Jogging Club when we played against Liverpool, arguing with him. Jogging Club and those players concentrate on their team. They don't argue with you. Why do you waste your time arguing with opposing managers? He's becoming unbecoming of Lampard, and the earlier he stopped from that attitude, the better. Concentrate on Chelsea and make substitution. No wonder he doesn't change for Chelsea. He ends up fighting with opposing managers rather than him looking at Chelsea performance. And Kai Havertz is playing abysmally, and he was sitting down there arguing with opposing manager. Come on. And without ZH2, I've seen that there's no creativity in the squad. And we can't be battling for top 4 despite the current squad that we have. An excellent cushioning and investment of £250 million. And yet, we are playing as if we are fighting for top 4 and not for the title. Come on. That shouldn't be the case. And let me give you my ratings for this match. This time I'm trying to change from the normal ratings methodology that I use. I've marked them out of 10. Mendy got 5 out of 10. Obviously, he had his shortfalls, but I wouldn't blame him for any of our goals, because the defenders should have done better. In the first goal, it was too close that the defenders were supposed to close on Podence. And Podence the defenders were caught ball watching, and he shot into our net. Obviously, it was so close, and you don't expect the keeper to do, though he tried and he couldn't reach the ball earlier. Reece James had 6 over 10, Zuma 5 over 10, Thiago Silva 5 over 10, Benjamin Chilwell 5 over 10, Kante 7 over 10. I think he was the best player on the field. Mount 5 over 10, Kai Havertz negative 2 over 10. Even he didn't get even 0. He get negative 2, he even didn't get 0. He was abysmal. That was the worst player on the field. Timo Werner had 4 over 10, Giroud 6 over 10. He got the goal for us. Pulisic 6 over 10. And then, yeah, so let's check some little bit screen display. Yeah, so that is Kai Havertz there, easily losing the balls there. He either gives the ball to opponent or he easily loses it. Yeah, that's Pedro Neto. They're celebrating their second goal. Edouard Mendy, they're failing to, I think, get the first goal there, unfortunately. So, you see, so Lampard should do his rotation very well. Some of the players are tired, change them and let fresh guys come in. We have Rudiger, Aspilicueta, those players, Alonso, Emerson on the field. You remember, you rotated very well, and Kalum Hudson-Odoi and Hakim Ziyech, we miss them, and I think I heard they are starting training soon. So Lampard shouldn't be focusing on arguing with fellow managers. He should concentrate on watching the game. You saw Jose Mourinho and Jurgen Klopp watching their teams and making the substitution. Whilst Lampard will be wasting his time arguing with opposing managers. If you want to last and keep long in this job, the earlier he changes from that attitude, the better. If it happens to be your first time, do well to subscribe to the channel. I don't know if something is left for me before I wrap up. Yeah. So Kai Havertz negatives was not displayed to us during his video compilation when Chelsea was about to sign him. But now we are observing him carefully and we are seeing that he's got so many negatives. As a midfielder who can tackle, he has to go to gym. He's so skinny. He's easily pushed off the ball. Come on, that's not Chelsea. He has to go to gym. Even Hakim Ziyech is excellent, but he still has to go to gym. And though Hakim Ziyech is excellent, perfectly, he's doing well, but he still has to gym up. Thank you very much for joining me on the show. I love you wherever you are. Continue to support the channel. Bye-bye. Peace.